Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all students of SMK PUJUT. First of all, I would like to convey my utmost gratitude for Cikgu Injan for giving me the opportunity to give a short talk on career and motivation for SMK PUJUT students. My name is Jawahir bin Kamaruddin, and let me just give you a brief idea of what I'm doing so that you know where and what I currently do. Okay. Okay, I've been in the oil and gas industry for 31 years as a business development manager. I actually studied architecture, but in 1989, after graduation, it was recession time. So the market for architects were actually quite low. So I went off to Singapore as a draftsman in a mechanical engineering firm. Then I went off to Brunei for 9 years, in Miri and Bintulu for another 9 years. 5 years in Kuala Lumpur, and now I'm back in Miri and covering the Middle Eastern market for Saudi Arabia and Oman. All of it is in the oil and gas industry, actually. So it's a total change of what I actually studied and what I end up doing as a career. So what is the oil and gas industry? Okay, first of all, for those of you who are from Miri, you should be proud that Miri is the center, the start of the oil and gas industry. About 120 years ago, oil was found at where we now have that memorial at the Canada Hill. That was where the oil was first found. And onwards from there, this was developed, and Miri became the first city or first state or first area that oil was drilled. And onwards from there, Petronas was formed as a national oil body in 1974 as the custodian of all of Malaysia's oil and gas resources. So it governs all the activities with regards to oil and gas drilling and exploration. I'm not working for Petronas, but I'm the contractor for Petronas too. Companies are given concession rights to certain blocks, and Petronas may have a share in each one of those blocks. So you may have a Shell, a Sarawak Shell that we have here in Miri. We will have a Nippon Oil. We will have Petronas itself, and we may have Murphy, and there are other companies, operating companies that are operating in the rest of Malaysia. So they will share the cost of the oil production, and they will share the profits as well. The process consists of both upstream, which is the exploration, drilling, production, and downstream for the process of these products. Okay, so these are the concession blocks, offshore concession block. Each one of those has a number, and Petronas holds all of those. So if anybody, any company that wants to come into Malaysia, they have to talk to Petronas first, and then they will be able to start their drilling processes after they have gained the concession rights, which is going to last for maybe 20 years or 25 years or 30 years, depending on their agreement. So each one of those things that you see over here, SK303, SK305, are what we call as concession blocks. Okay. Okay, so this is a short video for you to just understand a little bit about the oil and gas industry.
Oil and gas are generated from a source rock, organic matter buried in the depths of the earth. Once formed, they climb back towards the surface. On their way, cap rocks can impede their progress, and they accumulate in reservoir rocks. Here they constitute hydrocarbon fields, which can be identified by interpreting seismic data, a sort of echography. The data is obtained with the help of a seismic ship. To confirm the interpretations of seismic data, two types of drilling gear exist. Each is adapted to a range of depth of water down to more than 2,500 meters. The platform seen here is a semi-submersible which floats and retains its stabilized position by means of anchors fixed on the seabed. Platforms at sea are used not only for drilling but also for the production of hydrocarbons. This production consists of the separation of oil, gas and water before the oil and gas is taken by pipeline towards a mainland terminal. Where it's impossible or too expensive to link the field to the coast by a pipeline, an FPSO ship is used, floating production storage and offloading barge. On board, the hydrocarbons and the water are separated. The oil is stored prior to being loaded on tankers, and the gas is re-injected into the reservoir rocks. Gas from a field is taken to land through an underground gasoduct to a processing plant. There, if the gas is to be transported by sea, it's converted into liquid, obtained by cooling it down to -163 degrees Celsius. When it arrives at the plant terminal, the liquid natural gas, LNG, is returned to its gaseous state in a regasification plant before being introduced into the local gasoduct network. The LNG is stored in tanks before regasification. The crude oil is transported in a petroleum tanker, the capacity of which can attain 200,000 tons. It's commonly called a supertanker. The terminals capable of receiving such giants are few and far between. The ships used to transport the crude oil produced on an FPSO ship are of a much smaller capacity. The crude oil, before being refined, is stored in the port in large capacity tanks. The natural gas is preserved in reservoirs, artificial or natural. It's ready to be injected by pumping into the gasoduct network for industrial and domestic use, or as fuel in power generating stations. As far as the crude oil goes, it's transported by oleoduct to the refinery. There it undergoes a number of transformations and blending. A variety of finished products are obtained: LPG, petrol, kerosene, diesel, or naphtha, which will be used as the basis for the composition of plastic product. Two types of drilling gear exist. Each is adapted to a...
Okay, so what are the career paths in the oil and gas industry? So there are many disciplines that are required in the oil and gas. You got chemical engineering, so chemical engineers, you got mechanical engineers, you got petroleum engineers, process engineers, electrical engineers, instrumentation engineers, seismologists, geophysicists, and many, many more. All those people are doing a specific scope, but within the oil and gas industry on a technical level. But they are also non-technical, which is safety officers. You do have safety officers. You got finance people. You got accountancies. You got business management. You got human resources. So there's a lot of other scope which is non-technical. And at the same time, you have other areas where you have blasters, painters, inspectors, material inspectors. You got divers, you got welders, abseilers, and many other related operational career paths that you can also take. They may not necessarily be degree holders. They can be coming from experience. They can be coming from vocational schools. They can be coming from various other centers. And they are also supporting career path like food preparation and hygiene. You got cooks and chefs because you got offshore platforms where you have people who stay there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So there'll be a catering company that cooks for all those people that are working offshore. And you got helicopters that flies between land and offshore. So you got this helicopter pilot that takes the people to work from the Miri heli base or from Miri airport to offshore in Baram or in Tamana or wherever that is. So you have these helicopter pilots, or some of those are using boats. So you have boat captains and medical officers. So you got a wide variety of career path even within the oil and gas industry. Okay, so basically on the motivation side, so look, everything starts with a dream, or what you say as a vision or a target. So it's important for you to realize that dream and what you need to do to make the dream a reality. That will be up to you. I myself, I did not come from a rich family. Growing up was tough. It was not easy. But what I do realize at that time was that I did not want to stay the same. I wanted to change my life and I wanted to have a better life. So have a target, have what you want to do. Thomas Edison, I'm sure you know Thomas Edison. He is the inventor of the light bulb. He was one of the most greatest genius of all times. He patented over 1,000 different inventions. He was expelled from school when he was 7. the school said that he was lazy, he cannot concentrate, he was hyperactive. But later on in life, he became one of the greatest genius of all times. So don't just accept what has been told to you. Many times I was told that I will fail, but I carried on, I persevered. What is the key for you is your education. Education can change your life. And failure is also part of learning. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, but learn from your mistakes. I've never imagined that a kampong boy like me would go where I have been. uh, After graduation in 1989, I was working in Singapore for a few months. Then after that, I went for an interview in the position of for the oil and gas industry against four petroleum engineers. They were graduates, both local and overseas graduates. But I was offered the job. I was offered to go to Miri, and then I went to Brunei, and I was involved in many petroleum engineering products. Um at first, I was supposed to be working under a manager, and he was supposed to be training me. But in 1 month, he left, and I had no choice. I had to keep on going. So the thing is, you cannot give up. You have to keep on going. Failure is never final. Life is like riding a bicycle. You only fall down when you stop cycling. So if you keep on cycling, you will keep on moving, and you keep on moving forward. So for you, should I continue to Form 6? Right now, you may be in Form 4 or Form 5. For those of you who are in Form 5, you may be asking, should I continue to Form 6? Should I go for a university degree directly? Should I go for foundation studies? Should I go for matriculation? Go for a diploma, then a degree? Go to a vocational school? So these are many choices. There may be others, but just giving you an idea of what your choices are. But the fact is, there are no right and wrong choices. Everything can be right. It's really up to you how you want to make it. The key to this is you just need to make a decision, and you make the decision a right one. Of course, there can be changes. Just like me, I studied architecture. But when I graduated, the job scope for an architect was just not there. So you have to make changes. But as much as possible, of course, you should do your research, evaluate all your options, then make an accurate and a wise decision on how you want to move forward. That's what you should do right now. Um, okay, so it does not matter what career you choose. What matters is that your interest is in that field and you enjoy what you do. If you enjoy your work, you do not have to work for the rest of your life, because when you enjoy it, you're doing something you enjoy. It's not really like work. Some life lessons that I learned along the way. Appreciate what you have, but always try to make things better. Respect your elders, your teachers, love your family, enjoy your time with your friends. To be honest with you, school for me was the best years of your life. It is the best years of my life because I enjoyed my school days. I enjoyed my friends. There was very little commitment. You just need to study, and you just need to concentrate on your studies and do well. That's it. Choose your friends wisely. Find good friends. Good friends will last you a lifetime, and they will stick with you thick and thin, and they'll give you good advice. Don't forget where you've been before. I know where I've been before, and I know how hard things were. So you will try your best. You make the best of effort to make sure that you don't fall back to where you've been before. But always remember where you've been. Put effort in all you do. Success will follow you. I mean, if you keep on doing something and you put in full effort in whatever that you need to do, success will come. It's a matter of time. Sometimes life may not give you all that you want, but make the best of what you have. And success is not about having money. Some people have a lot of money, but they can still be depressed. They can still be feeling not happy. So sometimes it's not having millions and billions of ringgit in your bank account. It's a balance of money. It's a balance of career, family, love, enjoying your life, and having happiness in small things and many, many others. So have a balance. So don't think that only money brings you happiness. At this stage, in your final 2 years, whether you be in Form 4 or Form 5, if you know what you want, then great. You got half of your decision making already settled for you, because you know what you want to do, and you are the lucky few. You do not know yet what you want to do. It's okay. Most of us do not know yet either. You just need to understand yourself, find out, try and see what you are good at. Such as if you're good in maths, or if you're good in numbers, then you have a good chance of going into engineering, or finance, or banking, or accountancy, or those business lines. Uh, if you're good in artistic or creative abilities, go for art, design, fashion design, architecture, interior design, graphic design. I mean, there are many artistic and creative abilities courses that are available that you can choose from. If you're good in communication, go for public relation, mass communication, media related courses where you have to deal with a lot of people, where you have to communicate, where you have to convey your thoughts and ideas throughout to other people, throughout the masses. So you must have good communication skills. And if you're good in all science subjects like biology, physics, chemistry, then you have a good chance of going into medical, pharmacy, forensic medicine, and many other career paths. If you're good in practical hands-on, not all of us are good in remembering what we studied in school, but some people are very good hands-on. So you can take up automotive repair courses, cars, trucks. You can go into woodworking or air conditioning servicing. Such as those courses are available in many of the centers that we have available, even here in Miri. If you're good in sports, you can excel further by taking it up higher, or even as a trainer or as a coach. You can take up a degree in sports science or sports management, etc. And if you're good, or you are interested in music, take up music related courses. Most important, see the career prospects, because each career prospects it's about money as well. Will it put food on the table? Will it give me financial stability? Ask that question as well. Sometimes we may end up doing something else other than what we learn, other than what we study, or other than what we are interested in, even though we like another discipline. But that's fine. Sometimes life is just like that. So if life gives you lemon, you make lemonades. There are no fixed and fast rules in life, so you just have to carry on and move forward, and take decisions by the day, whatever happens. Okay, that's all from me. If you have any questions, you can always call me or WhatsApp me on my number 019-854-8254. The number is there. Good luck on your upcoming exams. I wish you all the best in your future. The future belongs to you, so make the best of it, and all the best. Yeah. Okay. Take care. Thank you very much, and bye.